Gray, the director of Marriage Works in Cleveland, Tennessee. Welcome to a Marriage Minute. My buddy and I were driving around the other day, and he said to me, he said, my wife and I have a pretty good marriage. He said, we still argue once in a while. And I just want to stop right there and say, truthfully, my buddy and his wife have a fantastic marriage because for whatever reason, many times we think that if if we're arguing at all, then that's a sign that our marriage isn't healthy. But the truth of the matter is, arguing or not arguing is not a sign of whether your marriage is going to be successful. In fact, I would say that whenever two people from two different worlds come together, there's going to be times and there's going to be points where they disagree. Uh, and so check this out. Psychologists Howard Markham and Scott Stanley at the University of Denver have been able to predict with an 80% accuracy rate who will be divorced within 6 to 7 years of being married. And this is what they concluded. It's not an issue of whether couples argue or not. It's an issue of how they argue. In fact, I always get a little bit nervous when a couple tells me that they have a fantastic marriage and that they never argue. Well, my experience has been if they're not having a disagreement about something, then what that probably means is that somebody is suppressing their feelings or suppressing their emotions. Somebody is avoiding conflict. Avoiding conflict is not a healthy communication style, and that's not a sign that you have a healthy marriage. In fact, the best indicator of a healthy marriage is not whether or not you have conflict, but how you handle the conflict. And I'll tell you, if you can come to a point where you have a disagreement with your husband or your wife, but you can still honor them, you can still respect them, you can respect their opinion, you can value the differences, then you're on a much more, your road to success is much smoother than the couple who doesn't argue at all. So that's today's Marriage Minute. Thank you for joining me.